calling. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Okay, great.
Can you talk a little louder, though?
Sure. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You went back down.
Excuse me?
Go a little louder, that's all.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'd like to come in the panel you have there. My name is Brother DARRYL, Israel of God. You guys have been making a lot of sense, and I appreciate that. One comment I think that you just made that needs to be expounded on, and that is we do need to get back to the Bible, because the Bible and God is where our roots were. If you have the knowledge to know that we were the children of Israel, and that it was foretold we'd be in this captivity and in this punishment. And once we come back to God, he said he would make a sanctuary for us. And that's what's wrong. We've lost our morals running after capitalism and fancy clothes and the greed that you've seen and heard about throughout your panel. And I appreciate you guys' comments, but you need to stress also that God said, seek me first, and all these things will be added unto you.
Okay.
And that's what's wrong, and that's what we got to do. Thank you very much.
I just got a point in regards to that. Thank you for your call and your comment. In order for us to attract our young people and be God-conscious at the same time, God-conscious people got to have some money. Do you understand my point?
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't have to be poor to be a God-conscious individual. And if we're going to attract our people, we've got to help make the good people in our community successful. If they're in business, we need to help them. You understand my point? That's just a natural way. Because we can't attract these young people, you know, the gangsters pull up in the limousines. And the God-conscious people pull up in jalopies. Just made it here.
Right.
You understand my point? And until we rise above that kind of circumstance, we're not going to attract our children.
But
Go ahead.
if we, amongst our particular faith communities, whether it be Christianity, whether it be Islam or traditional African faith systems, I think if we work together and we exhibit a hard work ethic and we pool our resources, then we'll be able to demonstrate that to our young people.
And that's what we're going to have.
As well as I think we need to be working with them where they're at right now in terms of them developing their skills and employing them right now.
Okay.
And as you mentioned earlier about turning the dollar over more than once in your community, absolutely.
Sure.
I'm sorry, because you... Go ahead.
I had mentioned earlier about the Black Caucus and the effort to encourage civil rights money.
Okay,
and
silver rights.
Silver, yes. And that is something that I think that we all need to look at, and not just putting the money back in our own community, but pooling the money together. And in a time not too long ago, people would come together as a community and they would barter.
Right.
You know, they would do things to help each other.
Right.
But now people are afraid to help somebody else. And so we really have to change the mindset. And we can't do that legislatively.
Yeah, right.
So we're going to have to do it, as our caller said, go back to the Bible.
Okay.
You know.
We have a guest out in the audience who want to make a comment. Please go right ahead, sir.
Yeah, you were talking about economics and our kids. And, of course, the two intertwine, I think. We're the richest people in the world. Really, culturally, spiritually, and just not economically. I go to South DeKalb Mall, I look at some of these kids with these $125 tennis on, okay? And these kids have parents, you know. So I'm thinking, my thought is, okay, this kid is 16 years old, he's paying $125 tennis that his parents probably bought. So why is his parents buying this kid $125 tennis? You know.
Because Johnny has it too.
But, you know, yeah, we as parents need to say no. You know, because I have 3 girls, okay? 21, 14, and 6. And they know Dad is not going to buy those $120 tennis.
But would you stop them if the 21-year-old went and bought her own?
Well, we'd have to have a discussion about that. Why she thinks she needs to buy a pair of tennis that costs $120. Just because so-and-so in the media said, those things look good on your feet, and you'll be accepted by everybody because you have these $120 Reeboks. Nah, we would have to have a serious discussion about that. We need to talk to our kids. You know, we need to talk to our kids about economics.
But our kids aren't listening to us. And what television will tell a kid is, a kid who thinks he can make $5 million playing basketball, a 30-second television ad will tell you, buy this $200 pair of sneakers, you can jump 2 inches higher or run that much faster, therefore you can be a Michael Jordan too. Because when my parents were growing up, athletes only made just a little more than a lawyer or whatever. Today's athlete makes more than anything in history or entertainers. And so a television ad is what these kids remember. They could recite a television ad faster than they can a speech by Martin Luther King or Malcolm X any day. They could tell you what a rap record says or what's coming on TV faster than what 10 times 10 is.
But Michael and Magic make millions and millions of dollars, but they also get their tennis free. They don't have to buy them.
Yeah.
But the kids don't realize that.
Yeah, we need to talk to them about that.
Okay, go ahead. We're gonna get we're running out of time. We got a caller, and I'm trying to be as balanced as I can. So make your statements brief if you can, so we can kind of wind up. We only have a few more minutes. Go.
Okay, I just wanted to just agree with him that parents, somebody had to buy him. And I just last summer I chaired a eviction study committee. And many people who had been evicted came to me, and they would have their children in the audience. Okay. And those children would have on those designer clothes, but they'd been evicted.
Right.
And they had apartments that took more than 70% of the money that they earned.
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
So our values.
Go ahead, please. All right, let me let him.
I disagree that our children won't listen to us. I think we don't make the effort on a consistent basis. And as a community, I think we really have to.
My sister brought a computer, just based on what my sister brought a computer the other day, right?
Right.
So it has a lot of games in it and all the other information. This is one of the latest models, right?
Right.
And her son turned it on, and she was in the other room because I was helping to put it up. When he turned it on, and it came on in the game mode for the child, you know what the thing said? Don't tell your parents. That's the first thing the thing said. Don't tell your parents, but the rest of the sentence was it was supposed to be something good that they wasn't supposed to tell them. But the only thing I heard was, don't tell your parents. You see? So we have to be very, very careful.
That's right.
Because these are subliminal messages. And we have a caller, Maisha from Atlanta. We're going to go to her, so we don't hold it too long. You're on the air. Go right ahead. Hello? Do we have a caller? Okay, I don't know what's happening.
There's something very important about the media, I think.
Before you continue, please, can you let me know about the calls, please, so I don't have to let the callers know that they're on the air and no one comes up, because that's getting to be aggravating.
There's something important about the media. I think, I wanted to say earlier, but we kind of went past it. I think there are certain times where we can create media. There are issues like Mumia Abu-Jamal, where this man had been languishing in jail and he's about to be executed last August, but people went out in the street, and then the media picked it up. Even some of the black media were scared to pick up his case. But I remember National Association of Black Journalists were very slow at talking about him and several other political prisoners inside this country.
They're always going to be slow with
and
that.
So I think it was people who went out in the street, people who put pressure. So I think we can't underestimate our ability to be organized and be visible and make stands on certain issues, to create media and create public opinion.
Right,
and
I'm sure
change.
as a politician you would know whether we lobby or not, or should we lobby more?
I think you should lobby more.
How do we get the information of what to lobby about? The common man really may not know what to lobby for.
Well, many neighborhood associations ask me the same question. I encourage them to get a legislative person out of their group to come down, who can come down to the Capitol, who can see the kind of bills that are being proposed, or who can share concerns with legislators so they can draw up bills just for that particular group. And we definitely need to lobby more. When I first came to the Senate, I looked up in the gallery, and I was very disappointed because I only saw 2 African Americans sitting up there, 2 people that looked like me. And that's because, and for that very reason, my colleagues look up there. So when they get ready to vote, they know who's up there watching them, and they also know they're going to get reelected because we don't go and listen to what's going on and how our elected officials are voting. So how can we make them accountable when we don't even know what they do after we put them in office? So, you know, it's usually the person you see with the most signs out and TV commercials and billboards like some of my opponents have had in the past. You know, they had the big money, but they had the lobbyists supporting them. But thank goodness People Power elected me and some other people who are truly trying to be public servants. So we have to make sure as individuals, as citizens, that we come up there to that Capitol and see what's happening.
And we have to read more of the black publications and the black mediums to be informed.
I'm going to let you make a comment about that, too, because I just wanted to apologize to our viewers because we have been getting a few crank calls, you know, and we would like to let our viewers know